Hi guys and girls, welcome back to Watch the Time. So I've got sort of another version in of the Pagani design. It's an Omega Speedmaster MoonSwatch. This I covered one a while ago where I spoke about is it lost in space? Just because there was a couple of things that are a bit wrong with it. But this one, it's a little bit different. This is the gold with the green dial. I just thought it looked pretty cool. I bought mine from the Trendy Men's Watch store. I will leave a affiliate link taking you to their store in the description. Yeah, really pleasant to deal with. I'm sure if you have any questions, they're very helpful. But I wanted to get something a bit different, a little bit more blingy, bit about it. I saw it. They've got this in the sort of gold dial, and also I've gone for the green dial, as you can see. They've also brought the version 3 out of the same iteration of the watch, where they've got nice white hands now, which I know was a bit of an issue for some people. It wasn't as big a deal for me, just because I was kind of thinking about the pricing strategy they've offered and stuff like that. I thought it would still represent a decent value for money, but I could see what people were saying. But this one's a little bit different in terms of, like I said, the colorways and stuff. And you're either going to love it or hate it. I dare say it's probably going to be a bit like Marmite. But hopefully by the time we get to the end of the video, you can make an informed decision. If it's for you, please leave a link in the description. Please use the link in the description. Or if it's not, then hopefully either some of my past videos or future videos will tickle your fancy a little bit more. But with that being said, guys, I do really appreciate you tuning back in and for all your love and support. And without further ado, let's get the camera turned around and get on with it. Hi guys, so this is the watch. Again, another Pagani design. I've had this box for a second time now. Yeah, quite a nice box actually. I prefer this one to the one you normally get in a cushion, just to help it in transit. They did supply a NATO strap. This is the one I've been wearing it on, given there's been a couple of issues with the bracelet, but we'll talk about that in a moment. Cleaning cloth, warranty card and stuff down the side, and there's the watch, inner foam cushion as well, all the stuff that you normally get with the other box, just a little bit of a different iteration in terms of how you open it. But there's the watch, guys. Yeah, like I say, a few different color variations of this. I did feature the sort of more traditional black one before. I wanted to look at something different. They do gold or rose gold with like a green. They've also got like a gold type dial, and obviously I'll bring the different ones up now so you can have a little look. But I really wanted to try and get this in just for something a little bit different, really, to be honest, guys. And I quite liked it as well. I just liked the fact it looked a little bit more blingy, as you can see. Again, struggling with the sticker on the crown, like the bane of my life. But anyway, the model number for this is the PD-1701. As you can see, it's the rose gold of green dial. Inside, it's running a quartz or Meca-quartz, should we say, Seiko VK63. I'll bring some information up about that movement now. Meca-quartz movement, you can't really go wrong with Seiko in terms of the Meca-quartz they run in their watches is pretty well known at this point, and it's a good compromise on affordable sort of chronographs, really. I'd rather have it than a quartz. I do prefer mechanical, but given the price point of these watches, that would be quite unrealistic to expect us to be getting that in this watch. So yeah, Meca-quartz VK63 movement running inside. The whole construction of this watch really is 316L stainless steel. It has got a rose gold PVD coating, so that's the bezel aside from the insert. Crown and pushers, the solid end links, bracelet, clasp, all 316L stainless steel with a PVD coating, and the case back is just 316L stainless steel. The case thickness of this watch is 13.7 millimeters. The case diameter, when you measure its shortest part in between where the pusher and the crown is, I was getting it to come in at 42.1 millimeters. And with the crown and pushers, it was coming in at just below 44, so 43.9 millimeters. The lug width is 20. That does taper down to 18 and back up to 20 millimeters at the clasp. And the lug to lug, tip to tip, or the length of the watch, if you like, is 48.3 millimeters. So although it's quite wide from what I was getting, the lug to lug being just above 48 really helps it to help sort of hug the wrist, because the length realistically is normally more important than the width. because that's sort of how long it's going to wear on your wrist in terms of the, yeah, so that's good dimensions there, I'll be honest with you. The bezel is a fixed bezel, it's a tachymeter bezel. You can see it nice and clearly. They've also gone for sort of like a rose gold type writing, just in keeping with the rest of the construction of the watch, really. The crown is situated at the 3 o'clock, as I've already said. Again, I've had problems getting that last little bit of sticker off. It is a screw down crown, yeah, pushes at the 2 and 4 just to operate the chronograph function, but we'll talk about that in a few moments when we get onto that section. The case back, I'll let you have a quick look. It's the same case back they used on the other one I had, but yeah, nice. A little nod to the watch, it's homaging, and there you go, a little bit of other information on the back as well for the watch. The clasp, the bracelet, as I said, nicely brushed, really faceted edges inside that are polished. Nice little bit of taper on there as well. Only push pins, which I was unable to operate actually, guys. I've tried numerous things and they feel like they're glued in. I've tried everything that I can to try and adjust this bracelet. The trendy men's watch store, they said they're going to send me out another bracelet, so hopefully that will rectify the problem. But yeah, with the one I've holding at the moment, nil point, couldn't get it to size. And the clasp, yeah, pretty standard clasp they use, although this is rose gold. Pretty standard clasp, fully milled, 3 levels of micro adjustment, and they've also got the sweaty day extension if you want to add sort of a little bit of length to it. They also close that back up. So yeah, fully milled and signed on the clasp. The crystal covering the dial, it looks like boxed sapphire crystal. A reasonable amount of sapphire crystal there, sort of protrudes probably a mil from the case. Decent bit of sapphire crystal there. I would like a bit more AR coating, which is why you're seeing so much reflections on there. Pagani don't seem to want to offer a lot of AR coating on their watches for some reason. So yeah, AR coating wouldn't have gone amiss. But yeah, sapphire crystal. The water resistance of this watch is cited as being 100 meters. So that would give you 10 atmospheres of water resistance, but that's not going to be certified, just so you know. And the weight will appear in the top right hand corner. It's in around 148 grams, or pretty much bang on 148 grams, excuse me. But that's obviously with no I haven't sized the bracelet for the reasons I've already explained. But let's have a look at the dial now, guys, in a bit more detail. So yeah, as I said, you've got a tachymeter bezel going around the outer edge on this, which is also ceramic, I dare say. Excuse me, I think I left that out before. Inside that, you've got a minute track go around the outer edge. Every hour, you've got applied indices, you've got a baton, and it is also loomed along with the hands. So I'll bring that up now, just to give you an idea of the sort of loom to expect. The loom wasn't too bad, actually, guys. I was expecting it to be a bit worse than this. So yeah, I was pleasantly surprised that it does hold up okay, and it's fairly reasonable. I've had much worse loom on Pagani design, so yeah, not too bad. I'll operate this. So yeah, you got sub-dials. The sub-dial at the 3 o'clock is the 24 hours. The one at the 6 o'clock is the second for your time, and the one at 9 o'clock is for your chronograph. So I'll press the chronograph. It's the pusher at the 2. So if you press that, it will start up. Unfortunately, when this watch arrived, the pusher at the 2 wasn't working. I had to open up the case back because the movement holder had sort of, as it been fitted, it knocked the stem. So I had to redo it all, and now it's working, no problem. And as well, you'll see it's a nice sweep because it's a Meca-quartz. As it goes round, the sub-dial at the 9 o'clock will continue to count up. So go one, it does one resolution, it'll go up 1, and so on and so forth. That's what will happen. Just below the indices at the 12 o'clock, you've got Pagani, the logo, then Pagani design chronograph in script writing. A bit of overkill. I do like what they're starting to do now with just their logo. I think that's definitely the way forward, Pagani, no doubt about that. As I say, just above the indices at the 6, as I say, you've got the second for the running, for the time, excuse me, and then either side of the indices at the 6, you've got Japan movement, just highlighting the fact that it's a Seiko movement running in this watch. I'll see if I can do it quickly now. So if you operate the pusher at the 2, it will stop. If you press the 1 at the 4 o'clock, they'll both jump back to to their starting position, which is what they should be doing. If I unscrew the crown, I'll run through just a couple of little bits with you quickly. So there is a ghost position on this, which is a bit unfortunate. You can hear it scrolling through the date, but there is no date on the dial, which is a bit unfortunate. But if you take it all the way out, it will hack. You'll see the second hand stop at the 6 o'clock position. Put it back in, it will start up again. But let me take it out to the 8 position, just so you can have a better look at the dial. It's a nice green dial, quite a dark, deep green, but I think it looks very nice with the rose gold. And in terms of the knurling, I've not had any issues in terms of screwing and unscrewing the crown, so that's good. The crown's a good size. But that's the dial, guys. That's the movement and the loom. I'll just pop it on the wrist for you very quickly, give you an idea of what it looks like on my wrist. But as I say, I've been unable to size the bracelet, given the fact I can't do anything with the pins. But that's what it looks like on my wrist in the studio lighting conditions. Good size, as I say. It is a bit bigger, but given the lug to lug of the watch, it does fit the wrist nicely. And I dare say, if you have a bracelet you can size, you're going to be laughing with this watch, because I do think it's a very decent offering from Pagani Design. But not to jump the gun too much, that would now take me on to what I think is pants and Pukka about the watch. I always start with pants. I like to go on a high with Pukka. So what I think is pants is, yeah, lack of AR coating or no AR coating, whichever one is the case. I think is no AR coating because it's too reflective. You can see everything shining off there. So a bit of AR coating would have been nice. The QC issues that I've spoken about, really, from the fact that the chronograph hand wouldn't move because it had been knocked by the movement holder, so I had to take the back off myself and adjust that. Not everyone would want to do that or would be able to, so that's a bit of an issue. And obviously the bracelet pins as well, the fact that they're sort of cemented in, meaning I can't size the bracelet, is not ideal. When the final thing would be the ghost position. So yeah, there's enough Meca-quartz movements and no date that they could have used. I don't know why they've opted for a date version. So just to surmise what I think is pants, is I'd go with the no AR coating, the QC issues, or the QC, yeah, the bracelet pins, and the fact the movement holder had knocked the stem, and the ghost position on the movement are the things that, along with the bracelet pins, I say, yeah, they're the things that I think pants. What I think is Pukka is the Sapphire Crystal. You knew I was going to say that. I do love a bit of Sapphire Crystal. The dial, I like the deep green of the dial with the rose gold. I do think it looks nice. I think they complement each other very well. I think it's definitely a good option. I'm really pleased that I chose this colorway of this, and obviously the colorway also. The loom, yeah, the loom surprised me. Very, very substandard normally on Paganis, but this isn't the case really. It's not too bad on this. The bracelet, generally, I do like the bracelet. I liked it on the other one I had, and this continues to be the case. A little bit sharp in places, but where it's rounded off, it doesn't really feel too bad. So yeah, the bracelet, the finishing in terms of the brushing and stuff is done, yeah, very, very well. Good standard. And the price, as I say, you could pick this up for sort of anywhere in between £80, and I think that's a lot of watch for the price, as long as you don't have the little issues I've had. So just to surmise what I think is Pukka, as I go with the Sapphire Crystal, the dial, the colorway, the loom, the bracelet, the finishing, and the price. And would I recommend the watch? I probably would. Still, I think the issues I've had, the trendy men's watch store has been fantastic. They're gonna send me out a bracelet, so I'll be able to change that. The main things that are wrong with the watch was mainly QC issues. Obviously the ghost position, AR coating, but I do think it's a good offering. It's a very striking looking watch for the price. And even with the things that I've mentioned, there's still so many things that I can mention for Pukka. So I'd still recommend a watch. I'm sure you'll get luckier than me, just luck of the draw sometimes with these watches with the lack of QC checks. But guys and girls, please let me know what you think about this watch, and maybe any other watches you may want to see on the channel. And as always say, don't forget to like, subscribe, and always watch the time. Take care guys, all the very best.